Today we discuss about NMR spectroscopy. So NMR spectroscopy is a very simple technique to understand the molecular structure of compounds. So whenever say it's a widely used technique. So this is based on the property. NMR technique is based on the property of the nuclei. Be clear about it. We may talk about higher energy state and lower energy state. Be clear that we are talking about not about electron energies, rather relation to what is a magnetic alignments. So magnetic properties of the nucleus within a magnetic field. Okay, spin properties of the nucleus within a magnetic field. Now most of these nuclei don't have an overall spin, but some elements, say carbon 13, hydrogen H1, all those have very unique properties, say that they will have an overall spin. Why others don't have a spin is they are balanced in their balanced state. Now and why what will be the type of spin, whether the spin will be odd or it is say that is shown here. Now you go through this slide 4. Now this is the situation, say in without any external magnetic field, you have all these nuclei spins in a very random way, and when a magnetic field is applied, some of them, actually most of them, will align in the direction of the magnetic field. So you say that is external magnetic field, which is called the spin aligned, and the spin aligned state is considered as a lower energy level, lower state, and some of these nuclei will be opposed. Some of these nuclei will oppose the applied magnetic field, so they will be in the spin opposed state, they will be at a higher level. Now this is a split, say in the spin, the magnetic quantum number. So magnetic quantum number m in the presence of a magnetic field. It's a nuclear property, remember that. Now in this situation where you have the nuclei in the presence of a magnetic field, if you apply an external RF energy, then, and if the RF energy is of a particular frequency, then this nuclei which is in the lower energy state will absorb this energy and will flip over to the higher energy level. So this property, this when that is the external field is in resonance with the nuclear the frequency of the external field is RF field is in resonance with that of the nuclear resonant frequency, then they will just flip over to the higher energy level. Now once so this frequency is determined by the Larmor equation. You might remember about this. So the Larmor frequency is there. Now this is the explaining how this flip is occurring, and the higher the magnetic field that is applied, the amount of energy required for this transition from the lower spin aligned state to the spin opposed state increases. That is shown in this slide 9. Now in NMR instrumentation, the technique is very simple. You have a very powerful magnetic field, and between the poles of this magnet we have the sample which is placed in a container, a glass vessel, and it has an RF coil for excitation, applying the external RF energy. So the magnetic field is applied, and the nuclei is aligned with the magnetic field. Some of them are aligned, most of them are aligned, some are opposed. Then you apply an external RF field. So what happens? The spin aligned nuclei will also flip to the spin opposed state. Then after a while it will decay back to the stable state. So in this process it will give out a characteristic signal which will be picked up by RF coils. So the same approach is used in MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, MRI scans. So this is a now this is discussing about the Larmor frequency. So you can consider this Larmor frequency by this analogy. Say you, without a magnetic field, without an external magnetic field, this nuclei is spinning in a particular direction. Now when you present a magnetic field, external magnetic field, this will begin to wobble also. It's like a top which is spinning, at the same time it is wobbling about its axis. So this is caused by the external magnetic field. Now these are the details of this Lama frequency. Go through this. It can be clearly understood. Now when you apply a magnetic field, say when you apply an what is external RF field, there is a flip in the spin. This is shown here. There is a flip in the spin. There is absorption of energy, and there is a flip in the spin, and it will return back. So this is the NMR spectra will be characteristic of that particular nuclei. The instrumentation is shown in this slide. Details you read about it. Then the spectra of the NMR spectra is displayed as a plot of applied radio frequency versus the absorption by the nuclei. Now you have two references. One is the TMS, tetramethylsilane, and CDCl3, which are two references. And the scale x-axis is in terms of ppm, how much it absorbs. Now say something about the upfield and the downfield. Now you already have electrons around this around the nuclei, so they will also have some role. So what their role is that if there are electron donating say in case of electron donating groups around this nuclei, say if there are electron donating groups present around the nuclei, means the electrons will try to reduce the effect of this magnetic field. They will just shield these protons, the external because the NMR technique is based on the behavior of the protons, especially the protons in the nuclei, to an external magnetic field. More electrons present near the protons means the effect of this external magnetic field reduces. As a result, what happens? Their NMR spectra will be shifting towards the left, towards the right side, the shielded, whatever is shown here as a shielded side, upfield. They'll be having lower signatures, whereas those which have electron withdrawing groups around them, those will have, they are deshielded, so they will be moving towards the left. Deshielded things, deshielded groups will be having a signature away, so from the reference. So again, the integral of the area under the each of these peaks, each of these peaks will be giving you how many protons, the number of protons that contribute to this spectrum. So that will also give you the idea of the structure, how many hydrogen atoms are present in this particular thing. So this is 3, this is 2, this is 1. Again, the neighboring protons can also influence the spectra. So because of that, what happens, their spectra will be split up into multiple subfields, sublines. So that is an effect. So this is a summary of the NMR, and do make a reading from standard sources or online sources, but this, I am sure this small video lecture will be able to put you through this topic easier. Thank you.